EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte at rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Carolina Panthers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
At the 39-yard line.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. A carry here for Trevor Etienne. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The Panthers at 7-1 now on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking to throw, Penix. This is caught by McMillan. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Penix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. And looking to throw, Penix. And that is incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
To the air, Penix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On 4th down, on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Chap 60. 60 Bobcat. 60 Buck. Buffalo 18. 19 Lion. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Check up.
They'll throw with Penix. He's got Harris running the slant. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Quick smash. Quick smash. 19 tight. 19 tight. Get up.
Here's Penix. That is caught. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Go. Hut, hut.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 6. Another toe for ETN. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Nick Bolton drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
Yellow. Argo blue 80. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Wallace up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Hey, 57, 57.
Mahomes going to throw.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And that is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Wallace. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Mahomes now to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Second and 1. They'll find McMillan here.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they spotted at the 49. That's number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Well, he's been a busy man in this first half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
third and long. They'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something is just wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Wallace. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
110 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Mahomes will do it himself.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Attack, attack! Yellow.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. Pressure comes in. He's blocked it. It's a Panther sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yellow.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, we thought counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last too long. Don't happen the time in the obvious. No help for the weak, but the future gone. Let it get boy for all of us. Now bring out the drums and the my homie got to do it. Let it
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. And not that the coach asked me, but I do like the call there to start the drive, looking for something maybe to jumpstart this offense, and they decide to run a little screen play, maybe give their running back a little bit of space. Mission accomplished. He turns that into good yardage and a quick first down.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
Yellow! Hey, 57, 57!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Yellow! Attack!
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Mahomes. He'll try and do this himself. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Attack! Yellow! Attack!
Throwing now is Mahomes.
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yellow. 50, yellow, 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 yellow. There's a blue lady. Yellow, yellow. And color, color. 15, 15. Come back. Watch out.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Xavier Worthy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points at the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we have to dial things back a little bit.
In motion, the tight end. From the 44, Mahomes. He's going to have the hook up to Scott. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Chiefs.
Yellow.
They'll run. It's Rashard Smith. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Up the middle they go. It's Wallace. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Yellow. Yellow.
They'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Riblet.
Snap coming in 1, and it's Mahomes.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
15.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down. Now a man drafted and then let go by the Panthers. Harrison Butker for the field goal try. Butker's kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Let's go.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Now 2nd and 3. And they'll go again with ETN.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Touchdown, Panthers. Jimmy Horn Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And that flag accepted.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On play action, it's Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down and 3. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Butker's kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Penix working out of the gun here.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Going with a dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Cowboys, 19 Lions. Warriors, 17. Panther 11, Panther 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
To the air, Penix.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
And now a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd and 6.
Check smash, check smash. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Rebel, 18 Rebel.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Mustang 19.
Now Penix.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage? We just saw him break out on third down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. It's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the fourth quarter driver's seat, still up 3. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. 162 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands so they can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete all wide. Touchdown! Xavier Worthy with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Panthers 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Passing down here, 5 receivers on the field as they look at a 2nd and 8.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's Penix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, Penix. And that'll be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On third down, Penix from the gun.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
It's fourth down.
On the bootleg, it's Penix.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing us.
Time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Warrior 70, trap 60, trap 60. Steady.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. To the left side, he's got McMillan.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
This is 1st and 10.
Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Come 19, come 19. 19 tight, 19 tight. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 79 Broncos. Ready, ready.
They'll throw with Penix.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
On
3rd down, Wallace. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now ETN to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Toss left side for ETN.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
The give to the fullback on the down. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.